Morning. So today we're going to have a quick look at some stretches that you can do in tabletop position. So tabletop position is a really nice stable position that you can do almost anywhere. So if you are just joining me, you could perhaps do this on bed. You could do this just in a really small area of your house. So yeah, we're going to have a little explore, gently wake the body up in some tabletop stretches. So we're going to find our tabletop and we're going to find an all fours, so placing the hands underneath the shoulders and just placing the knees underneath the hips. We want to find a nice strong position. And you want to notice here if you're perhaps dropping in the shoulders or the belly. See if we can push the arms away from the body. And we almost want to imagine the belly button's kind of driving towards the spine, so we're not dropping in the belly either. Spreading the fingers and really pushing the hands down towards the floor or the mat if you're on a mat. Nice. And then from here we can just start by gently shifting the weight forwards towards the fingertips and then gently shifting the weight back down towards our wrists and then going back towards our fingertips and then back towards our wrists. And we can draw a nice circle, shifting the weight over to the left side and then towards the front, over towards the right side and then back. And then we can go the other way, just giving the wrists a little bit of a warm up. Nice. And we can just sway from side to side here, just shifting the weight towards one hand and then the other. And a really nice way to start opening up the whole body is keeping our legs where they are. And we're going to drop the belly down. But we're going to lift the head and the tailbone up. So we're just dropping the belly down, looking up, and then when you're ready we can switch. So this time lifting the back but dropping the head and the tail. And this is called cat. So we want to kind of arc the back and then we swap again. Go through tabletop and then drop the belly, lift the head and the tail. And then we swap, lifting the back, dropping the head and the tail. Go again, lifting the head and the tail. And then we swap, lifting the back but dropping the head and the tail. And we can soften the body here, refining our tabletop. We can tuck the toes under. So this one is quite a nice one. It gets the whole body going and you can drop out of it any time. So we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to float the knees off the floor. So it gets me pretty much straight away. My whole body feels engaged, my arms are taking more weight, my legs are starting to work, my core's having to work, and I'm just here, I'm just seeing if I can really push those hands away and check with my breathing. Just notice if you stop breathing or the breathing's got quicker. And if you're feeling a bit adventurous, maybe you could shift the weight forwards and then shift the weight back, shift the weight forwards, and then shift the weight back. Dropping the knees gently. We're going to just start with a few little balances. So we're going to take the right leg away and we want to keep the hip where it is. We don't want the hip to open too much. Let's take the right leg away, extend the leg, and we're going to take the left arm away. Left arm, right foot. Finding that balance. On your next inhale, bring the elbow towards the knee, drop the head down. And then exhale away. Inhale in. Exhale away. One more. Inhale in. And exhale away. Drop the hand and the leg and we're going to go for the other side. Opening up the left leg behind. Dropping that hip, so just noticing if the hip is lifted. We want both hips to face the floor. And we're going to open up the right hand. Inhale in. Exhale away. Inhale in. Exhale away. One more. Inhale in. And then exhale away. Dropping the hand and the leg. And we can shift the hips back. One of my favourites, child's pose. So you can drop the forehead forward. The arms can rest wherever you want them to. Maybe the hands can rest further away, reaching away, stretching the sides of the body. Another one of my favourites is just bending at the elbows, and you can relax the hands on the top of the shoulders. Or you can just stay here for a moment. Slowly coming back up towards our tabletop. We're just going to work on a little bit on the chest and the shoulders now. So we're going to open up and do some gentle spirals. So on our next inhale, we're going to float the right hand up towards the sky, reaching up. And as we exhale, the right hand's going to come all the way through in between the gap between the left wrist and the left knee. And it's just going to hover off of the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fall. One more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fall, and resting on the side of the arm and the head. So you can relax now and place the weight on the floor, dropping the head down. My left hand can stay where it is, or you've got another option. Maybe you can lift it away, stretching for the whole body, creating a line from the tip of my middle finger all the way down towards my hip. Or maybe you can find the bind, so wrap the arm around, open up the chest. And I'm relaxing this extended arm on the floor. And I'm imagining this shoulder just lifting away from the body. Nice. Slowly placing the hand back to face height. So we shift back up towards tabletop, and we're going to go for the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, feeding all the way through. Inhale, up. Exhale, feed all the way through. One more time. Inhale, up. And this time, exhale all the way through, and just resting on the side of the arm and the head. And the right hand staying where it is, reaching away, or maybe even wrapping around the body. Opening up that top shoulder away from the head. And slowly placing the top hand back to face level. We shift back up towards our tabletop position. Nice. So we're going to do a little bit of a challenge now. It's up to you. You can either relax your feet down, keeping the weight on the hands and the knees, and we can just do some cat and cows with our knees on the floor, or option would be to tuck the toes underneath. We're going to hover the knees off the floor, getting that whole body engagement. And this time we're going to drop the belly down, but lift the head and the tailbone. And you may not go as far, which is absolutely fine. Keep the knees hovered, arc the back, drop the head and the tailbone. Inhale, keep those knees hovered, drop the belly, head and tailbone up. And then exhale. Lift the back, drop the head and the tail. One more time each way. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and the tail. And exhale. And dropping the knees and just shifting the weight back. This time we're going to keep the big toes together, but we can open the knees up slightly as we walk the hands away. Softening the chest down. And if you wanted to, quite a nice one for that underneath the arms and the chest is coming towards the fingertips. Just a couple of breaths here. Slowly walking the hands back up towards the body and just finding a comfy seated position. That is us for today. Tomorrow we are doing relaxation, so I hope to see you tomorrow at 7 AM.